What's up, VC? Kieran here, NeedleGroove. Back to make another video. A little tired. It's only 4 in the afternoon, but just got back from playing a basketball tournament all day, so I'm pretty beat. But I had a video that I've been wanting to make for a few days now, and I haven't had time to make it, so I just figured I'd bang it out, get it done. Yeah, so I pulled out a few things from my record collection, funk and soul records. Mostly old records, a couple new ones, so I just wanted to share those with you guys. Some of them I haven't listened to in a while, so the music is not super fresh in my mind, but it's records that I know I love and that are awesome records that if you don't know, you should definitely check out. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Try to keep the number of records per video to about 10. I think that's a good number of records per video. Seems if I do more than that, the video is just going to get too long. So I'm just going to start. First record is a record from a couple of years ago, actually. I don't buy many modern day records, but this one was, I was at his concert. Often if I go to the concert of the artist, I'll buy the album. And the artist is Cody Chestnut. And if you guys don't know this record, this album, and you're into funk, soul, you need to get it. I can't speak enough good things about this record, about this album. I don't know if some of you may know Cody Chestnut. I knew him originally from the Roots song The Seed off Phrenology. And then, so I had gone to check out his previous album once that came out, which was Headphone Masterpiece, which is really raw and really sexual. This is completely different, and I was pretty excited to hear it when it came out, and it did not it was better than I could have ever imagined. It's funky, there's some slow songs, there's some more upbeat songs, but he has completely changed his mentality, and it's a very uplifting, happy, positive record. And obviously since I bought it from him, I got him to sign it. So you can kind of see there, to Kieran, much love, Cody Chestnut, 2013. And like I said, just check out this record. And he went at the concert, he said, I know some of you may want to hear some of the songs from my last album, which was it's been over a decade since he put out an album, but he's like, I'm not in the same headspace, and you know, he doesn't do those songs anymore. He's a father, he has a family, and it's just a different approach to the music, and it's something you need to check out. I mean, every song on here is just money, so you need to check that out. Cody Chestnut, Landing on 100. If any of you have that album already, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. Next one is a new release. It was a record store day release. I don't know if any of you picked it up from this year, from April. So many of you probably know this record, Donny Hathaway Live, which is an absolute classic. This was a mix of 2 different live concerts. They picked different tracks from Live at the Bitter End in New York, and I think the Troubadour, which I believe is in LA. Donny Hathaway, one of my favorite soul singers. So I don't know if you guys saw that they put out this on Record Store Day. This is the only Record Store Day record I bought, I believe. Donny Hathaway Live at the Bitter End. So it's kind of the leftover pieces that they didn't choose. They compiled all the footage they did have from that. So this is a gatefold 2 LP, a limited press. I don't know how many they pressed out, probably 5,000. But you can see that. So, and this is what it looks like. It's on Atco, just like the other record. So this is on two LPs on Atco. Really, really nice. I mean, I don't need to tell you that this is awesome. If you've heard the other album. So either one of those, if you can find this, I mean, I love Donny Hathaway, so I was really happy to find it when I walked in. But I mean, if you just can find this, which will be easier to find and cheaper probably, definitely recommend either of those Donny Hathaway albums. This next one is something that I think is a bit rare. It's Chicago, and I love the cover. It's a group from Chicago. I picked it up just because the cover was awesome. It was actually, I was digging at a store in England, a small town where my aunt lives. I mentioned this I think what was the other record I found there? Oh, and the soundtrack's Cotton Comes to Harlem. So I also found this record. I don't know if I've never heard anyone mention it. I'm sure some of you in the VC know it, but it is Chicago Gangsters, Gangster Love. Look at that cover. You guys, some of you have been doing videos recently with a faces thread. How's that for a face? Look at that mug holding a gun. Chicago Gangsters, Gangster Love. This is just an absolutely awesome, awesome LP cover. I got it pretty cheap. I don't know why. When I look at how much it's worth on Discogs, it's fairly quite a bit more expensive. But either way, that music is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's amazing. There are some awesome tracks. There's a cover of Eugene McDaniel's Feel Like Making Love, the song I'm at Your Mercy. There's a killer drum break on Music for the People Part 2. So there's some softer songs, slower songs, and then there's some groovier songs. But this is their second album, I believe. I was looking at the other day. This one's on Gold Plate Records. I was bidding on one on eBay. I think their first album on Gold Plate. But either way, so that is cool. If any of you know that, I'd love to hear, to see it as well. See if anyone else has that in the VC. Something else that I can't remember where I heard about this. Someone might have been one of the Crate Diggers videos or a hip hop thing, but this was something I found. I was pretty happy to find because it is damn cool. Just the cover alone is unbelievable, so awesome. So it's Mandingo, the primeval rhythm of life. Like, look at that. That could go in the faces thread as well. That's a face. This one says, a primitive percussive sound that strips away the flimsy veneer of civilization and gets right back to the roots of music. That doesn't sell you. So this is very, very percussive heavy. It's kind of out there, like free, funky, spiritual, percussive vibe. This one's just on Capitol, so nothing special on the label. And I picked this up pretty cheap. It's not in the best shape. They were asking what I thought was too much for it, and I got them to sell it to me for half that, so that was pretty good. They were asking, was it say $40 condition, and I think I got it for like $18 or $17 or something. Next, something a lot of you in the VC know about, and I've seen some people mention, but I love it, and it's very different, I think. Eugene McDaniel's Outlaw, also an awesome, awesome cover. Sorry for the glare. So I live in Montreal, and it is 4:30 right now, and it's already pretty much dark, so it's getting harder to make videos in natural light. But this is another awesome record. He has a few post his 60s, where he was known as Gene McDaniels, which was where he did a different style of music. This is a Canadian original. I had a reissue of this, but then I replaced it with this. That's the Canadian Atlantic label. This record's from 1970. You have Ron Carter on bass on this. So I don't have Headless Heroes of the Apocalypse, which I will hopefully get one day. Waiting to find an original. Something I picked up cheap a while ago, which I think is really good actually. The Voices of East Harlem, Right On Be Free, so kind of civil rights stuff from New York, well, Harlem, from the 70s, I believe. Comes with a little slip in the gatefold here with just one side with some lyrics, and then you have here in the gatefold, gives you an idea of what was going on. Lots of members, lots of people singing. It's kind of like civil rights theme, but kind of sometimes has a gospel feel, and sometimes with some heavy funk backing, soulful, groovy, heavy, definitely some heavy music. I can recommend this if you see it. Voices of East Harlem, Right On Be Free. This one is on Elektra. I'll just show you the label. It's a nice label there. So like I said, these are just records that I pulled out from my collection Oh, what's this? Oh, nice. So the record, you got more images here. That's an original. Very nice. Picked it up cheap. Okay. What do we got next? So this is next one. I got 2 records from this artist. These I found recently. Someone who I should have known his music better, but I guess I had only kind of given it a chance with Greatest Hits, and I'd never really gotten into it. And I came across 2 in about a 2-week span. First one, which one did I pick up first? I picked up this one first. Wilson Pickett, I'm in Love. This is a stereo copy. I don't know why I hadn't listened to Wilson Pickett much, but this is awesome. I'm sure most of you know this, but this is an original Atlantic stereo pressing, I believe, on the green and blue. So if you don't know Wilson Pickett, don't be like me. Get on it sooner than later. I mean, kind of put him in the same vein as like the classic 70s, 60s, 70s, you know, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder. Like, you should know Wilson Pickett. This one he does, Bring It On Home to Me by Sam Cooke. Stagger Lee, which is what I call folk song. I don't know if it really is, but because I know a folk artist that does it. Dave Van Ronk. There's a couple Bobby Womack songs, some Wilson Pickett songs. And then the second one I picked up was the exciting Wilson Pickett, kind of a similar style cover. This one's a mono, original US pressing, I believe. So this one is the mono one, as opposed to the blue and green is kind of a red and purple. Both records are just killer soul records. These are some of his, he has quite a few albums. These are 2 of his best. I mean, not to say they're his 2 best, but definitely 2 that are worth checking out. There was another one I saw recently, but it was a bit pricier, and it was a Canadian pressing. They actually had 2 Canadian pressings, so I passed on that. I will find it. This is one I got about a year ago. What did I do there? Okay, a year ago, and I really liked an artist that I guess another one slipped under the radar for me, but is well known. Bobby Hebb, Love Games. Great record. Someone who is not as known as like the Marvin Gayes and the who else? I mean, Curtis Mayfields of that era, but just a solid record. So check that out. I need to spin that again. I haven't listened to it in a while. I remember loving it when I bought it. Oh, what label is this on? I don't know. I don't remember. Epic. Yellow Epic label. There's a famous sample on here, I think. SS Soul, I don't know. Either way, check out the record. Put you away after. Always make a mess. Okay, next one. I mentioned this artist, 2 records by him in my soundtrack and samples video. And this is probably, I have 2 records, 2 more records. Willie Hutch, this is his first record. That could also be in the Faces thread right there. Should have just made this a Faces thread video just to get on the bandwagon. This is Soul Portrait. I love this record. Van Secopunk, one of his old videos, had skimmed by this, and I was like, whoa. To him it was nothing. Well, I mean, he liked it obviously, but to me, when I found this in Canada, that's just on RCA. So I would say that's up there with my favorite Willie Hutch records. Some songs are like average, and some are just so soulful and so good. And a later record by Willie Hutch. This is his first, and which was not my first record. I think it was the second ever record I bought by him that I found, I remember, in Toronto. And so smooth. This is one of the first, like when I first started buying records that I had, and I would play this all the time. I remember while I was making dinner or whatever. Willie Hutch, Having a House Party. You can tell it's later just by the artwork. Pretty cheesy, but it's pretty funny. This is a DJ copy. So this is probably one you can find pretty cheap. I've seen it a couple times around. This one's on Motown. But definitely recommend that if you want some smooth, groovy soul. What we got next, coming near the end here. This is one I picked up because the first track just sounded like it needed to be sampled, so I wanted to have it. I don't know if it ever had. I don't know if I looked it up. This one is King Floyd. This is pretty good. This is on what's it called? Cotillion, and it says Chimneyville Records Series. So this is nice. King Floyd, I don't know anything about him. This is a Canadian pressing. I don't know what year, but this is some good soul music. So I'll show you the label. I don't know what the American Cotillion looks like. Coming near the end here, a couple more records. So one more record. Another great soul artist that's well known but not as well known as some of the 70s soul artists, Leroy Hutson. This is the first record I ever got of his. Actually, I think it's the only original that I have. The other ones I have are reissues, but this is awesome. It's maybe not as well known or liked as his famous Hudson 1 and Hudson 2 albums, but this is featuring the Free Spirit Symphony, and I really, really like the vibe of this record. So this is on the famous, we all know that label, Curtum Records, like Curtis Mayfield. So yeah, that's it. Leroy Hutson, check it out. So that's it for this video. It's a bit longer than I expected, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys discover some new music, and I appreciate any comments from you guys in the VC. And just keep the videos coming. Loving it. Peace.